Merry Christmas, and if I don't see you, Happy New Year. Or, we're not supposed to say Merry Christmas, we're supposed to say Happy Holiday. And today is Hanukkah, so Happy Hanukkah. A bit late, but I hope you had a good one. And happy anything else you celebrate. Happy not going to work day. I figured I should do something Christmassy, so I have a present for myself. I have a whole box of minis, NPCs, little figures that need to be painted. I won't do all of them, but what I'm going to do is paint them Christmassy. Non-player Christmassy. What do we have? Well, we have a whole box of things. So to start off with, what we're painting are little woodland animal warriors. That, not her. Maybe that. Not her. These are people. That's all that. Okay, so we have 7 little woodland creatures. We have an owl, an otter, a bear with a pot of honey, some sort of vicious little creature, another bear with a bow, and a loxazoxel. And this one took me forever to work out. There's a lizard wizard. We are going to paint Coca-Cola Christmas. In other words, red and white. I do have some green. I don't do green, but if I do green, it's going to be that. And we have some gold, some white, and another green. Right, difference on the colours. This is from the flower painting, and this is the gold. I do not like this red. Got it out to say. This is a lot more pungent. This dries really dull and matte. This has got a bit more colour shine to it. These are not bad. They're a bit wishy-washy, a bit low on pigment. They're my paints. I'm going to start off with the red. We'll start with this red and we'll see how we go. We only have red as a Christmas colour because of Coca-Cola. They wanted their Father Christmas to be in red and white for their first advert, so we end up with red and white as Christmas colours. Prior to that, it was mostly green, so everything was green. I don't like green. I have it
초록색을 별로 좋아하진 않는데
to be used if I have to. I'd rather paint things purple. Purple is my colour, but red has become more synonymous with this channel. And red and orange tend to be a bit more of my go-to choices these days. But my Warhammer figures are red and purple and gold. My figures tend to have that colour in. So I'm trying to not paint it purple. And as you see, I haven't got any purple. These don't fit on one of those clamps, so I'm going to have to hold it. It makes a problem for you seeing. This gold is good in large quantities, it's not good in small quantities. It's like he's firing asparagus shoots. I can hear a chimera. Do you know what time it is? Every day, without fail, 3 o'clock, here she comes. I think, for the most part, number 1 is done. That time lapse demonstrated just how dark it's got in here, whereas the camera will compensate and give me decent light. But I've painted everybody so far, apart from those 2, which are lizardy, or Aloxazoxel is pink, I think. Can't say that word. Cannot say that word. Aloxazoxel. But it is very dark, but I'm painting this out, and you probably can't see because my hand's in the way. That it's holding. I think it's some sort of fire of a plant. It needs to be sap green. There we go. And we'll leave that for today. Come back to that tomorrow. Now, as you can hear, the Chimera is going to get ready to go out. Okay, we are back. It's day 2, and I'm trying to work out what the hell I'm painting here. So, who are they? Who do we have? Yeah, this doesn't fit. Important bit. It's a hat. All the magic is. Right. Been for a walk. Come back. And now somebody is in need of a biscuit or a cookie or a treat or something. Don't actually know what she's after. She's just being destructive and a pest. Set up. We'll get this back into position. The territorial reserves of the Elemental Extra Security trees are the lesser known department of Santa's workshop, a rather random and mysterious force made up of animals that have been born with the ability to speak, or can be spoken to through magic. They patrol the wastelands and the snow and the woodlands of the far north and becomes Lapland. We all know that's one secret that got out, where Santa's grotto and workshop is. Only certain parts of it are accessible these days to the public. There is a great deal of it that is seriously secure and hidden from public view, and that falls mostly to the trees, territorial reserves, elemental extra security. The forces are not even as you'd suspect. They're not moose, they're not elk, they're not reindeer. They are bears, which you could get. They are wolves, which you can get. But otters, aloxasil, owls, beavers, lizards, these are not creatures that thrive in cold conditions, but they do live and exist within the realms of the secret and hidden workshops of St. Nicholas and his ever trusty elves. The creatures that patrol and guard and secure are those mysterious creatures that have the ability to communicate, to talk, pass on the needed information. Those creatures, those bears, those beavers, those otters, those owls, those weasels, all different kind of creatures that will secure the woodlands and the forests and the snow in order to keep everything safe and secure and well hidden. And then, and only then, can the magical creatures of Lapland and this surrounding area be allowed to do their work, to finish the 90 million parcels that are required for children all around the world to suddenly appear in a time slip between midnight and 4 a.m. on the 25th of December. It's not these creatures' job to make that happen. Some of them have some involvement. That's all down to the elves, all down to the magic department. Every year that department conjures a spell to stop time, or to slow it at least, allowing one man, 10 reindeer and a sleigh, kind of. Think more wagon train. Think multi-story, multi-linked, extremely wide, massive wagon. And then think one man, 90,000 elves. And all of this time the territorial reserves secure and patrol Lapland making sure no one gets in to steal the secrets, the magic, and of course, most importantly, the presents. It's not. This one's not looking overly Christmassy. Some of the paint on this is just not absorbent, and it's not the paint, it's the model is not absorbing the primer. My paint is like painting with soap, just absorbs and doesn't really do a great deal. You can mix it with some yellow and try and go a lighter yellow, it doesn't do anything. It's far too green. Okay, I wiped most of that off, and now I'm going with baby pink. But there we go, a little collection of Lapland security forest animals. Because you know, nothing says Christmas like an Aloxoxel. I'll put them on a little snowy scene. They're okay, I guess. There we go, that's something Christmassy, kind of. At least they're painted. Now there's only that lot to go. Next scene, maybe they're an Easter painted like eggs. No, actually I've an idea for that. You have to stay around for Easter for that one. And that leads me on to, because it was a suggestion by one of you. Yes, I want to say thank you to those of you that have deigned to join me and subscribe to me and come along and watch each of these videos. So far it's about 30 of you. It's not exactly gonna make me the next Logan Paul. Not that I'd want to be, but you know. But thank you to obviously Tora for bearing with me and while I make all this stuff and make this place look a mess. And to Peter and to Cross and to Bertha. Those are the people that contribute in comments and suggestions and so forth to every video, and that really helps. And to everyone else that's given me their time of day or night to watch my video and like it, comment it, share it. Hopefully you've been doing that. I've had way more views on the 30 something videos I've done this year than I did on the previous channel over 5 years. I've had like 6,000 views. So thank you to you if you've watched this, and yeah, I will see you next year with more stuff, more models, more dioramas, more bits and pieces, making stuff and creating stories one mistake at a time. So have a wonderful break, holiday, Christmas, holiday you've made up for yourself, Christmas, whatever it is. Hope you have a lovely time, and leave comments and suggestions for new videos in the new year, and I will see you then. Bye. You can hear the idiot upstairs playing with his door. Here's a squeaky door. Why? You can't oil it? I don't know. But he opens and closes it about 50 times a day. Not just like opens and closes it, stands there and opens and closes it on and off 10, 15 times in a row. That didn't record. I just spent 10 minutes talking about You just missed a hyperactive lunatic of a chimera, having been out for a walk for an hour, has had a treat and is now having a sugar rush and needing to go and stand on the balcony where it's freezing cold in mid-December, and she wants to go and sit on the balcony for an hour, but she can't have the door shut. So I said, I'll take her out, and then what she does is she wants to be lifted up to look over the rail of the balcony so she can see better. And then you do that, and then she's like, again. And then you just don't ever get anything done because you spend your time outside freezing to death holding her up so she can look over the balcony for some unknown reason. It's a new thing. It's only in the last couple of months she's discovered this. Every single time she goes out, she's like, oh, got to be lifted up, lift me up.